Champion football continues this week on BBC Radio Scotland.
It's got to the right foot. What a goal! What a goal!
After dispatching Rosenborg, Celtic welcome Greek champions AEK Athens to Glasgow.
You're playing the champions of another country. You know they're going to be a good side, but we're also a good side.
Sports Sound, following Scotland's teams in Europe.
Celtic versus AEK Athens, a Champions League qualifier.
Tonight from 6:30 on digital radio and 810 Media.
Crosses and there's the goal!
BBC Radio Scotland.
Got something to say? Text 80295. Network charges apply. Mornings on BBC Radio Scotland.
Now, what would you do if you found out you'd been calling somebody by the wrong name? And how would you react if someone kept calling you by the wrong name? Would you let it go to avoid the awkwardness, or would you pull them up? Now, the reason I'm asking is because there's a brilliant video that's gone viral online, and it sparked an office debate this morning. So we wanted to find out what you thought, and if you'd ever experienced anything similar. So if you ever called people by the wrong name, or you've been called by the wrong name, 80295 is the text. Now, the video's by Stephanie Aird, a comedian and singer from Hartlepool in County Durham, and she's asking for your help because she's been calling her neighbour the wrong name for 14 years. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello, you all right?
Well, brilliant video, by the way.
Thank you very much. That's the story of my life, all of it.
So tell me the story. You'd been calling just tell the whole story.
Well, I've been living here 14 years and obviously I've got neighbours. Well, sadly, one of them passed away. He was very old, bless him. And I'd been chatting to the neighbour over the road who'd been going in and out. And I said, how's Mavis? Don't set me off again. I said to Sherry over the road, how is she? How's Mavis? She said, who's Mavis? I said, you going to see her now? My neighbour Mavis. She said, Stephanie, you don't have a neighbour called Mavis? I said, I do. And I was like, it was like a scratch your head on upside down moment. She said, do you mean Sylvia? I said, who's Sylvia? She said, your neighbour. And that's how it all came about. It was weird. Well, I was flabbergasted, I thought. And 50 million tonnes of fear come into me the last 14 years of all the times I thought, oh my, I didn't know what to think.
How long have you been calling her?
Since
Mavis?
I moved in.
How long was that?
14 years, 2004 I moved in.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, Shirley said, hasn't she said nothing? Hasn't she mentioned it? I said, nah. Unless she hasn't heard me, if she's a bit deaf, I don't know.
So you'd have shouted across the garden, if you've got a garden, hello Mavis, and she'd have talked to you for 14 years.
Well, yeah, I would have been saying Maeve. Maeve. She's like, oh yeah, all right, Maeve. All right, Stephanie. It's like that sort of thing.
I'll tell you what, let's bring in Katrina Tweedy, columnist at the Daily Record, and Liz Brewer, an etiquette expert. You can talk to each other.
I'm glad you find it funny. I'm mortified.
Obviously, Mavis or Sylvia or whatever she's called certainly now knows that there's been a bit of a mistake. But why on earth didn't she, put you right earlier? I can't imagine why she allowed it to go on for 14 years.
I don't know. I've no idea.
Call Miss Nailing, by the way.
I've actually been in that situation. Is Katrina here? Katrina's quite a straightforward name, and you would think most people would get it right. But because I'm so bad with names, it makes me more forgiving when people get mine wrong. So I tend not to correct them either. I just don't want to put people on the spot or embarrass them. So I've been in that situation, and I've tended just to let it go.
I don't think you're putting somebody on the spot or embarrassing. Your name, it's the most basic of your property rights. The first thing you have to do is to make certain that you say your name clearly or introduce yourself. When I'm introduced, I say Liz Brewer. Not Elizabeth, because my mother used to call me Elizabeth, and that meant I'd been misbehaving. So it's Liz Brewer. And you say it, and so once you're introduced to somebody and they say their name, you need to repeat it a couple of times so you remember it. That's the first thing you have to do. But in this particular case, I find it so extraordinary that Sylvia, her real name, didn't correct you, Stephanie, and say, by the way, I do love the name Mavis, but my name's Sylvia. I gather she even sent you Christmas cards signed Mavis, didn't she?
I don't know if that's my creative memory, but I could swear that I've had Christmas cards back. I can't find any to prove it.
Well, that could be your creative memory then.
Because I could have swore I said to Shirley.
It adds certain spice to your
Yeah, I said to I said to Shirley.
She's still your neighbour, this lady.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen her since. I don't go out. I'm keeping a low profile. I'm straight to the car, drive out the street, and then sneak back in.
This is the strangest story I think I've ever done. So what do you plan on doing?
I'm taking it day by day. One day at a time.
Listening to the programme, she'll know about the mistake. So
yeah.
Liz, hang on, Liz, you're the expert. What should she do?
Well, she should. I mean, now that it's gone viral, I do think she needs to contact her neighbour over the garden wall or wherever and just say, listen, I laugh about it, make a joke about it, for goodness sake, and just say, well, would you like me to continue calling you Mavis, or would you like me to change to Sylvia? Just, let her make the choice.
Well, it's a bit difficult because she's recently widowed, isn't she? So do you see me dilemma? See, it's not cut and dry.
She's recently widowed, perhaps.
Yeah, awful.
Wait till a more appropriate time, because at the moment this is all very jovial and funny, but she may be feeling the pain.
But Katrina, people often get your name wrong, don't they?
Well, they do, and I actually had almost similar experience with a neighbour at an event where I had that horrible moment where you have to introduce someone and I couldn't remember their name. So this happens to me. My memory's awful. And if my husband's there, we have the rule, if you haven't introduced someone within 2 seconds, immediately jump in and, he knows. But he wasn't there. My neighbour was there. I was having to introduce her to other people. I couldn't remember her name. And in that moment of fear, I just had to come clean. And I said, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name. At which point she told me, and I introduced her, and then we moved on. And maybe 10, 15 minutes later, she called me Christina or something else. She got my name wrong and has been continued to do that for the evening. I don't think it was deliberate. I think, she doesn't know my name either. But, I let it go, and I have done since then as well.
Anyway.
Oh, embarrassing. That's worse than mine.
John, I now have to go and catch a plane. So this is Liz Brewer saying goodbye.
You have to go.
I have to go, I'm afraid. I'm going to catch a plane.
All right, Liz.
It's very nice to talk to you, John.
Nice
Bye.
to talk to you.
Bye.
Liz Brewer's got to go. So come on, the two of you. I guess it is a great skill, isn't it? I remember a bloke at work turned up and he owned a company. He could remember the name of every single employee he'd ever had, including registration numbers of trucks that they'd driven. Some people can remember names, and you, Stephanie, and me, we can't.
I know.
Some people can.
It's just one of those things. I look at someone and I see them as a name, and that name will just always stick. If someone looks like a Mavis, then I'm afraid they're a Mavis. Just one of those things.
Do you know, we have a call? Hang on.
And I'd forgotten half my friends from school, which was even more embarrassing.
Do you know, somebody's called in. We weren't expecting anyone to call in. So thank you. We've got a caller on 0808. We didn't ask for any. Hello, who's the caller? Oh, the caller's not up yet. Hello, Donald. Hello, Donald.
Hi, it's Donald from Cardiff here.
Hello.
From Cardiff.
Yep.
Donald, how are you and what's your story?
Well, my story is, I'm originally from Perthshire, but I've been living here for a long time. And one of my colleagues has been calling me the wrong name for 25 years.
Has he been calling you Mavis?
No. He calls me, I presumed that when he first started is because he thought it sounded vaguely Scottish, the same as Donald.
Sorry, I missed that. He calls you what? He calls you what?
Duncan.
Duncan.
I assumed at the time he thought it was just vaguely Scottish like Donald, and that's why he did it. So,
That's close.
I tried correcting him for a while, but I just thought it was just like, what do you call him, Rodney out of Only Fools and Horses, just calling him Dave all the time, so I just stuck with it. And
But Donald, this guy's called you Duncan for 20 years, and you work in the same office, and you've never pulled him up about it.
I did originally. I did say I corrected him a couple of times, maybe for a couple of years, but he did like a drink, I think. So I think he just forgot when I told him.
And you're not still working in the same place?
He's retired now.
He's retired, but he still thinks of you fondly as Duncan.
I think so. Yeah, I did meet him once, just and bumped into him in the street recently, and he called me Duncan again.
Did you not say?
No, I gave it up after a while. I did say for a while, but then it just made me laugh. I just could trigger in Only Fools and Horses. Saying hi as Dave to Rodney.
Yeah, you just stay on. You can be our third participant then. Stay on to the end of the programme.
Okay.
So, Katrina, well, I mean, I've got names wrong all the time, and I'm really sorry I do it. I don't know why I'm hopeless with names, but are you good remembering names, Katrina?
No, I'm terrible. I think, sorry, this is barking. I think it's because as a journalist, I interview so many people, and I've just got a disposable memory. I can't retain all of that information, so it just goes. If someone can introduce themselves to me, and I will have forgotten their name within seconds. So, I mean, I know that there probably are techniques for remembering things, but, you know, I certainly don't have it. It's a problem, actually.
Yeah. Stephanie, are you normally good at remembering names?
Well, can I first say welcome to Duncan? Hello, Duncan. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Donald.
No, I'm rubbish at remembering names. It's because while I'm talking to someone, I'm thinking of writing something down, or a joke, or a song lyric, or something creative. So by the time I've gone back to talking to them, I've completely forgot. Terrible.
Donald, are you normally good at remembering people's names? And this bloke just got your name wrong for 20 years.
Oh, I'm not too bad at remembering, I think. I'm okay, yeah. I just found it so funny that it got to this stage I didn't bother correcting because I found it quite amusing. And I think everyone else did as well.
I just find it amazing, the pair of you, that at no stage, Stephanie, have you ever said to the lady that you've been calling Mavis?
I'm going to wait 5 years and mention it.
You'll have to go back tonight.
No, I'm going to wait 5 years. I'm giving it a 5-year cooling off period.
Katrina, give us some help. We've got a minute left. Any tricks? Any tricks? What do you think she should do?
You know, maybe she likes the name Mavis. I was never particularly keen on my name. So, you know, and there's no harm being done. If she doesn't mind, like Duncan, Donald, then, you know, I would be inclined to let it go. Unless we all start going around with name tags on, then, you know...
That would be great if people would, please.
Listen, we've had a text in here. Well, we've got loads of texts. Time to read one out. Donald, Katrina and Stephanie. Jay in East Kilbride. I absolutely love Steph to bits. Her videos just make my day. Coming to see you in Kilsyth, and I can't wait. I'm hopeless with names. So Stephanie, Donald,
thank you.
Katrina, thank you very much for your time.
See you in Dundee and Glasgow this weekend.
Today, by the way, to do with postnatal depression and to do with whether you give people money on the streets. We had loads of them and loads of texts, and broadly divided as to whether you should or shouldn't. And this is because of this new thing they're doing in Oxford, where you'll have a code on a lanyard. So thank you for all these texts and tweets. I'll be back tomorrow with the phone in. We'll be on air at 9 o'clock. News Drive on BBC Radio Scotland will be at 4 o'clock. But for me and the team, until tomorrow, goodbye. We'll hand you over to Ken as it is midday.
On digital radio
92 to 95.
Hi, Steph. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hiya.
That was really good fun.
You're
and good
welcome.
luck with your gigs. You've
Right.
also got one fan that's coming to see you as well. Got in touch.
Okay.
That's really nice. Thanks again, Steph.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I enjoyed that, but they promised me a plug of my shows and I didn't really get one, did I? I've got a little one. And it's 2 hours of you waving people. I'll ring Denise back. Oh, I better go. Love you, super fannies. Bye. Bye.